Hello and welcome everybody to another World War II video with me, Spartan G Gaming. Now, thank you first of all guys to everyone who is watching my videos. I really appreciate your support. I can't thank you all enough. So back to the video now. We're showing and sharing you tips on how to get the gold camo for the WAFFE 28, which is the 5th SMG in the list out of 6 in total, on our journey to getting these eventually to diamond. So this is the penultimate weapon we need to get to gold. So if you are struggling getting this weapon to gold yourself, hopefully my tips and my advice will help you to get this gold nice and easy and as quick as I did. Now the WAFFE 28, I did select an epic version of this weapon, which was the oil cam. And this is going to give me 10% soldier XP. So if you've got an epic weapon, guys, I would recommend that you use it. Now, the WAFFE 28 is an automatic SMG. It does have high recoil. And it also has the highest fire rate in its class. Now, that's going to cause a bit of a problem when we come to headshots. I found that the first few games I was playing, that the recoil bounces around something rotten. Okay, it's really like a beast out of control. So we need 9 camos out of the way first before we can unlock the last 5 challenges, and that's getting 100 headshots for the first 9 camos. These challenges of getting the SMGs to gold, guys, if you remember, I'm not using any attachments at all, but there are some there if you want to use them yourself. So let me just experiment and show you now, guys, in how I can help you with headshots. This gun is like a beast out of control, as I said. I'm going to use this door just to fire a few pellets in there, guys. Now, there's 32 bullets in a clip. That 32 will diminish very quickly. But what I want to point out to you is the actual recoil. Look at the substantial amount that it bounces up, guys, from here to there. So if you're going to aim for a headshot, you probably end up, shooting the sky or into the clouds, all right? But it's not a majorly bad thing because it can help, because remember, our normal reaction is to shoot in the body, and you'll find with this weapon that the first couple of hits you get are going to be hit markers anyway. Using this weapon hip fire, look at the spread that it's got. It is, as I said, guys, a wild beast out of control, this weapon. This is the way that I'm going to recommend to you now to use your trigger button to get headshots. So instead of just holding your trigger button down to get that automatic fire out, let's instead just press the button in and release it. Press the button in, release it. Keep doing that, guys, and you'll find that your fire rate will be more accurate. So if you were now zooming into a head and you were firing, look at the accurate hits you've got on there. That is a head. We're going to say that's an imaginary hit there, guys. That's perfect. Now, in gameplay, this is how it works. So if you come up behind an enemy and you're about mid-range distance from them, the first few bullets are going to be hit markers. I already said that, guys. Even in hardcore mode, okay? I'm slowing it down here so you can see. So I'm going to press my trigger, release it, press my trigger, release it, and you'll find that you'll get the headshot more accurate. So once you've got that zoomed in, press your button, release it, press your button, release it. The first few hits, as I said, are hit markers, but the next few should get you that kill and a headshot if you've got that lovely aim zoomed in. So you've got to try and use that technique, especially when you're about mid-range from enemy, because it will help you and it will control the amount of recoil that this gun possesses. Now, if there was any division I was going to recommend to you guys, you should know this by now, but it should be the Division Airborne. This is set for SMG gameplay. You've got some lovely benefits on there, guys, that helps you with SMG gameplay. Also, I would stack that up with Energetic Perk. So that's going to be an all-round kind of quick usage of the SMG, the way you play. You've got sprint faster, all that kind of thing. There's lots of good benefits on there that's going to help you with SMG gameplay. So if you are struggling with headshots, guys, I'm going to help you now. But remember that trigger button releasing and pressing that I said to you there, especially when the enemy are kind of a medium range or long range that you're trying to get the headshot on. But it will help. But other than that, you should normally be walking and moving around the map and getting headshots, no problem with this weapon. As I've always said to you before, when our normal reaction is to, aim in after running, we should normally find that you'll be about body height. But remember, we want head height. So with that amount of recoil it's got, the first few hits are going to be hit markers. Hopefully it'll bounce its way up to the head. So like I said, it's not an instant problem having all that recoil, but it's more for mid-range that we need to use that system I said of just releasing and pressing the trigger button every now and again for mid-range, okay? But normally you should find you can get headshots on the move like this very instantly. And the more you get used to the weapon, you will find that headshots will just come thick and fast. But use those little techniques I said, guys. Now, as well as what I've already said to you to help with headshots, I would recommend as well, and give you some more options here into how you can get easy headshots and more of them throughout games. So the way I build up my headshots is sometimes I will keep going into enemy spawns. I will wait for them to spawn and I will come up behind them. It's very easy in World War II, guys. The maps allow it, and you can easily get a headshot. My next option, if you are struggling with headshots on the move, is to play domination, which I always recommend to you guys, and I always play on myself because you can get these challenges out of the way so quick and simple, but wait for the enemy to be taking your points. If you hang around the areas of where you believe the enemy are going to take your points, you can actually come up behind the enemy and actually get some very easy headshots without having to do none of that aiming in or anything really too much. You know, it makes it very easy because they're very close to you. And even here on this flak tower map, if you just sit in those little corners, guys, I know it's not the great way, but if you want these headshots out of the way quick, there's 100 of them. It is quite time consuming if you let it. But if you want them out of the way quick, you know, hold around your point, wait for the enemy to take it, and then you'll find your headshots will build up more throughout a game. I can probably do this technique and get, you know, probably about maybe 10 towards 15 headshots every single game using this little technique that I give you. I haven't found actually anything better, guys. It's the thing that works for me. Domination, hardcore, makes for easy headshots when it's an enemy is trying to take your point. Another one here, the Ardennes Forest here. And again, when the enemy is taking the point, you can come out of this little cabin here. They haven't seen you in there because on hardcore, remember, it's only when the enemy have earned a UAV that they're going to see you on the map. Other than that, it gives you a good chance to hide around and stay in the position where you are to get an easy headshot. Now, this is another option here, guys. I'm giving you so many options to get headshots. You should find it easy by now. But if you are struggling, this is the last resort. Look around for enemy campers. On every map, they have enemy campers. They're everywhere, guys. You just sometimes have to look for them. You have to go into the enemy spawn, but I always recommend that anyway. But they should, and you would find them sitting around in every kind of location. But you just got to find them. They are there. Work your way around the flanks, go down the sides, go down the wings if you want to call it that, and get into that enemy spawn, come up behind them, and you'll be surprised how many enemy players are kind of sitting around, camping at locations, and just go looking for them. But it makes the job more easier to get a headshot, guys, because you haven't got too much aiming in. You can actually have the time to sit there, work out your aim, and then just get that, pop that head. All right. So hopefully that's helped you with headshots. Now on to the M1916 Camo Challenge. This is getting 10 payback medals. Now this is a quite straightforward, easy challenge. When you start to get onto these challenges, you'll probably find that just your normal gameplay, you'll start to die quite a few times, but you'll get the payback medal on the enemy that killed you. So that's basically what this challenge is about. Getting killed from an enemy, going back and killing that enemy that has killed you, and then you'll get your payback medal. Right from the start of the game here, guys, unfortunately I died, but what I do to get that payback medal is run back towards the area where I was. Normally the enemy are running towards you. They're running towards your spawn, so it makes for an easy kill. And then you get that pay. Just got to make sure you kill the enemy, that's all, guys. So we get killed again here. What I'm going to do now, I know he's camping up the top there, so I'm going to work my way round the side now. And my idea and my intentions are to come up behind him, and because I know he's probably camping there, and I'll get an easy headshot on him. Watch this, guys. But when you get the payback medals like this, it makes it so much more rewarding. But he just sits there, look, looking down the side. He's not going to intend on moving, so it makes for easy payback medals. There's only 10 of them you need. Very simple, guys. I hope that's helped you. The Snow Camo, 50 kills with the Airborne Division. I've already recommended you to use Airborne Division anyway, so that should be easy. And also the Leopard Camo, 50 kills with another division. Very simple, guys. Very straightforward challenge. The only thing difficult there is the time-consuming 50 kills that you need, but you should be able to get them out of the way in a couple of games, each one. Now, the Bronze Camo. This is getting 2 rapid kills 5 times. Now, this is where these last 2 camo challenges, the rapid kills and the bloodthirsts, you'll probably find will all come at the same time if you haven't got already, you know, once you first unlock the last 5 camo challenges out of the way. Rapid kills are very easy, again, if you use the tactics I'm going to give you here. Don't be frightened to go into the enemy spawn and try and take their point. If you do, you'll get the enemy flocking towards you, so you don't really have to do nothing apart from have your aim up and get those rapid kills, because there's more than likely in that enemy spawn going to be more than one person running towards you. If you've taken that point, hang around the area and wait for the enemy to take it back. They're more than likely going to try and take it back because you stole it off them. If you're lucky, you'll get on the heroic kill cam at the end of the game or at the end of a round if you're playing domination. And I can actually get quad feeds. This one, if you look at my feed on that one before I showed you the heroic kill cam, I actually ended up getting 6 kills on the trot. 2 of them were from one of my explosive devices, but the last 4, the quad feed was from my rifle, my SMG. Got so used to using rifles, but it was from my SMG, the WAFFE 28. And again, if you're using these tactics, guys, rapid kills should come very, very easily to you. But what I always do when going for rapid kills, especially if I'm playing domination in hardcore, I will always run towards the enemy spawn. So we've got those 2 points taken. I know an enemy has taken point B here at the moment, but they're more than likely going to be spawning this end because this is their point that they've taken. So again, it makes for easy rapid kills. I can't express to you how many times I do this. Rapid kills, I can get out of the way, the 5 that I need, in one game. It is very, very simple, guys. But I'm just showing you different maps here so you can see different gameplay in where I get, you know, different rapid kills from. Sometimes you'll find that you don't even have to. I mean, obviously they will count. They won't count towards your two rapid kills that you need 5 times until you unlock the challenge. But you'll probably find that you're getting rapid kills every time throughout your gameplay. But once your challenge is open, you'll probably find you're getting them out of the way in one game like myself. It's very, very easy, especially if you're running into the enemy spawn. Let them try and take your points. And easy ways to get rapid kills. It really shouldn't cause you any bother whatsoever. So again, another one here, running into the enemy spawn, waiting for them to come in, try and get up to their little positions, and easy shots to get those rapid kills. So the copper camo. Now what I want to try and explain to you now, this is where we now need to get 5 bloodthirsty medals. Now this is an easy challenge if you let it and make it. Now the bloodthirsty, what you got to remember is all 5 kills need to come from your WAFFE 28. So don't make the mistake, as I'm going to show you here now, of getting into habit when you get up to this stage of unlocking the copper camo, of using an explosive device to get a kill. By this time, I'm so kind of in habit of using my grenades or my mines or whatever I have, and I forget that I'm on a bloodthirsty challenge. But don't let it get you down, guys. If you do accidentally get a kill with an explosive, you will get your bloodthirsty medal up here, but it won't register one towards your 5 that you need. So you just have to start all over again. But don't make that mistake, guys. Remember, all 5 kills need to come from your WAFFE 28 alone. But you just saw it there in the feed. I did get a kill with that grenade, that mine that I put down, guys. So don't make that mistake. Also, what you must remember as well is that if you're playing domination like me, you have to get all 5 kills in one round of domination. So that is a thing that most people forget. They go and get 4 kills in the first round, we'll say, for an example. They'll then start the second round, they'll get another kill and think, whoopee-dee, you know, we've got that bloodthirsty medal up here. But then you'll go back to the end screen, you'll look at, see if you've got that 1 towards your 5, and it won't appear, guys, it won't register. You've got to get all 5 kills in one round of domination. So there's a few little tips there, guys, into how you get the bloodthirsties. It's just a matter now of getting the bloodthirsties. Some tips and tricks I can give you now, again, like always, is to run into the enemy spawns. You can go down the flanks, guys, run towards the enemy spawn. Playing domination is quite easy to get bloodthirsties because, again, if you're taking those points, you're playing the game as well as getting your challenges out of the way, you will hold the enemy to hold in one position. If they hold one point in position, it makes it easy for you to anticipate where the enemy are coming from. Get round into their spawning areas, guys. You'll find lots of static players to take down. You'll find lots of campers again, like the tips I gave you in the headshots. I try and use the same plan most of the time. There are other ways you can get bloodthirsty as well if you're not prepared to keep on the move and run. If you find that difficult, guys, I find it very easy. But if you do find it hard, then you can camp around. There's an option to camp around, guys. You need to basically do whatever you can to keep surviving until you've got that 5th kill from the WAFFE 28 alone. But you shouldn't really struggle with this, guys. It is one of the easiest challenges, I believe, in World War II at the moment. I did in previous Call of Duty games find it a bit more difficult, but obviously because we had different maps, we had different players, that kind of thing. But in World War II, this is, for me personally speaking, the most easiest challenge there is. So I can't wait to get onto it. It's just a shame that all the mercilesses and all the 15 kills on the trot we got before getting up to this camo locking stage didn't register as well, because, you know, we'd have maybe bloodthirsties out of the way in about 2 minutes of gameplay. It really would. But we have to wait until the camo challenge is unlocked for us, and we can then go for it, and then it's only then we can get them 5 kills. But remember, guys, if you are going to get a merciless, it's not going to count another bloodthirsty towards the 5 that you need. You need to just get the bloodthirsty, and then you need to die if you're going to go for another bloodthirsty, because 10 kills on the trot will not count towards being 2 towards your 5 that you need in total. So that's another little tip there, guys. But yeah, you will find that if you keep on the move, that's your best option, I think, guys. Keep going into the enemy spawns, pick them off as you go into their enemy spawn, and you'll find bloodthirsty should be very simple, no matter what map you're playing. Every map is the same. Every map has the same tactic ability that you can use, where you're blocking down the sides, the flanks. You can go through the center of the map if you want to. I'd always recommend, if you are going to play hardcore like me, to have a UAV set, so that when you get a chance to use it, you can then exactly see where the enemy are roughly coming from. I say exactly then roughly, don't want to contradict myself, guys, but you know what I mean. Even though it will help you with a UAV up to roughly know where the enemy are, sometimes it does give the exact location of where an enemy is. Sometimes it gives you a rough outline. So there's a bit of a contradiction there, but you know how UAVs work. They're not accurate, but they do give you a little bit of an advantage into roughly knowing where the enemy are. But it does help. So if you want to get, you know, your UAV up, guys, brilliant. That's going to help you get your bloodthirsties. But this is the weapon at gold, so once you complete those challenges, I'm not really too keen on the gold camo myself, guys, personally, because the guns are a little bit rusty. They're a little bit old, we know that, but they don't really show too much gold off. There's more rust than anything on this particular weapon. But what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to show you an example. Is if I was going to use attachments, and I'm going to show you some gameplay now, guys. So I did set some attachments up after I'd completed the gold, and what I did was put grip on, and I put quick draw. They're the only two I put on, guys. I can't remember because I haven't used them for ages. But if you're going to use attachments, use these two, guys. Along with your division that I said, the airborne, and your energetic perk, these stack up very, very nicely. Now, I go on to get a merciless here very easy. If you watch my gameplay, I'm running around the flanks. I'm going into the enemy spawns. And again, if you're after bloodthirsties, it helps with that. But this is if you're going to use attachments. I can vouch for these two, the grip and the quick draw, and they work spectacularly, guys. So if you're going to use attachments, this is the two that I would say. I mean, you can experiment with others if you want, other attachments, it doesn't matter. But these two, I was invincible. Okay? Getting mercilesses with this setup is very, very easy. And I showed it here. And it wasn't just, you know, the enemy play, because the enemy I was playing against were quite tough. They were quite decent players. I played them before in previous rounds, and we led to this game here where I thought, right, let's experiment now with some attachments, now that I'd got it to gold. And it just worked a treat, guys. It just felt so comfortable. It felt really strong and rock solid, and like nothing was ever going to kill me. It really did feel great, guys. So use that attachments if you can, but this is the weapon at gold again. Hope you can get that one yourself, guys. Use them as attachments as I recommend, but take care. See you on the next video.